Okay, I did my last oil change on this truck in, in October the 23rd when I did my last oil change at 152,000 miles. I estimated that I can run roughly 4,000 miles, almost 4,000 miles, or 444,000 miles. Well, 4,450,000 miles I estimated that I could run off my last oil change and the estimated numbers I did last time before I'm even almost empty. Before I'm almost empty, I need an oil change from experience. So I noticed like the last couple days, well, yesterday really, I noticed a little shake in the engine. Not a hard shake, just like a light shake in the engine and everything. I checked it. I checked my oil. It was dry. So I get to looking at how many miles. Now I estimated that my next oil change be 157,000 miles. But right now my engine, right now my thing is reading 156,000 miles, 382. So and my oil is low. After 33,000 miles, my oil is low. So an oil change is needed. But right now, I'm finna put more oil. I'm putting more oil in it. As you can see, I only put Motorcraft, 4 Motorcraft synthetic blend in here, and the 5.4 engine. So this is what I did before. Now I'm just bringing it up here because I'm running out of room here. I like to keep track of what I did on this truck and when I did it. So I need an oil change. I need an oil change. But after I put this in, I'm gonna run probably one more month on this oil. Cause I like to keep the same oil in there for a minute. Thing is, don't let your engine oil get low. Now, like I said, it had a little shake, not like a big shake or nothing changing in driving habit or whatever. So I just noticed that, that I was low on oil, and I knew I was low on oil because of the engine shake. I drive this vehicle, I know how this vehicle handle, and I know how it feels. So I put some oil in here. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna keep an eye on it for the every week because I do a lot of driving back and forth. Every day. Probably roughly 20 miles a day. And I have some days where I'm just running errands or driving somebody around, driving somebody somewhere or whatever. So in a week, I'm probably putting about, in a month, I know I'm probably putting about like maybe, I don't know. In the month, I'm probably putting almost 1,000 miles on this truck. So you got, to keep in mind when you're doing a lot of driving back and forth and how many miles you travel a month, check your oil. You're supposed to check your oil every month. But anyway, back to this oil. I just keep track. If you do your own oil change and everything, keep track yourself, and you'll be good. So like I said, I know about time for an oil change because I said I'm on right here on this piece of paper. I did this in March, in October. I said I want to change my oil at 157,000 miles or 159,000 miles. Like I said, the oil was still pretty much looked clean before I started putting new oil in. It still pretty much looked clean, wasn't too dirty. So I did this last time. I did this back in June. Before June, when I was running around and going out of state and everything, I just put more oil in it. And I rode probably like almost 4,000 or 5,000 miles for my oil change. But this just to keep track. Like I said, I probably run another month or so like this, and then I change my oil before the summer actually get here. I change my oil. It's March now, so I'll be changing it maybe in April. maybe in June. Don't know. Maybe in April, maybe in May, maybe in June. Don't know. But that's it. Check your oil.